This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Hazleton City Councilman Jeff Cassat joins us to talk about why he thinks a land bank would have been good for the area and why blight is such a problem in the city. It's Wednesday and the week is flying by, so thank you for spending some of your time with us at FYI. I'm Ken Cara and I hold in my hand Wednesday's headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The city of Hazleton will wait and see when it comes to a land bank. That was decided at Tuesday night's city council meeting. Councilman Jeff Cassat had been working on the land bank idea and was disappointed with the decision. The land bank program and ordinance was voted down by a 3-1 vote, with Cassat casting the lone vote in its favor. A land bank would have had the city purchase vacant, blighted, abandoned, and tax delinquent properties legally and then return them to productive use. Councilman Dave Sosar thinks the idea is good on a larger level and had financial concerns, wondering where the city would get the money to start up the program. Council President Jack Mundy agreed with the financial concern and thought it might be better to pass laws that would bring properties owned by financial institutions up to code. Vice President Gene Mope wants to see if Luzerne County starts a land bank and added that Hazleton might be able to partner with them. Councilman Keith Bass was not in attendance to vote. Earlier on Wednesday, I spoke with the man who was working on the land bank idea for years. Here's my interview with Councilman Jeff Cassat. Hazleton Councilman Jeff Cassat joins us right now to talk about the land bank. So Jeff, this doesn't go through, and I briefly kind of described it in our short story there, but talk about a land bank. What is it and why did you feel it was so important?
A land bank is another tool for a municipality to fight blighted properties and abandoned dilapidated properties that are not on the tax rolls. So it is, in effect, another way to put properties back on the tax rolls and develop them.
So now this doesn't go through, but some council members, I believe Gene Mope even said, hey, maybe Luzerne County might take this up and maybe we could join with them in doing something like this. You seem to have your doubts if you'd be able to partner up.
Well, I'd rather do everything on the local government so we could control it and look at the important aspects to us. If you leave it up to the county, obviously, lower Luzerne County has always got the short stick. So I would rather do it ourselves, you know. I know a lot of people have doubts on it, but it's new. There's a lot of municipalities that are starting them, and I just want to be innovative and move forward.
So that's it from here, you said, unless, you know, new leadership comes on or anything?
Obviously, the council is going to change, the mayorship's going to change in 2016, so we'll see where that board lies and see if it's worth bringing up again.
Jeff, and I know you've talked about it a lot, but blight in the city, why so important? Is it just how people maybe view the city, and is it taking pride in your community? What is so important about this?
Well, when something's blighted or ugly, you don't want to go there, and it brings down, it's a depression feeling to people around it. It's just an overall ugly feeling. It makes you feel ugly. So if something's bright and lively, it's more positive. So blight's negative, so you want to get rid of all the negative stuff in the city.
Anything else going on in the city you want to talk about right now, or things you'll be addressing? I know you just had a meeting last night, but any concerns as the city moves forward?
Well, there's a lot of problems. We have some crime issues that need to be addressed. The parking situation needs to be addressed. That's been the topic for the last couple of months. Blighted properties, vacant land, absentee landlords, the vacant properties, the diminishing tax rolls. There's a lot of stuff that should be coming up in the next few months before the budget time.
What goes on now? It seems like a lot when I read about city council, and it is hard. They say financial reasonings, financial reasonings. How do you, it doesn't seem like that may change, but how do you maybe even fight around that? Is there stuff you can do, or do you have your hands tied right now?
Well, right now, until we figure out where the city really stands, we just got our audit approved last night, so we'll see how we finished 14 off, see where the finances are. But we fight the battle of having a diminishing tax base. People are moving out, the properties are being reassessed and lowered. The taxable property value is under $1 billion right now. So, I mean, we got to bring people to the city, improve the tax base, or we're going to always be short money.
So it seems like people are worried, a lot of issues around the city, but I'm going to finish with the sports question since Lisa's off and I'm running the show today. Joe Madden does this feature and he always seems to bring up Hazleton and positive things, thinking it's moving in a positive direction. Do you agree? And did you see the feature? I mean, did you see what's going on and the hope there?
I did see the feature. Hazleton, I think, gets a bad reputation. I mean, obviously, it's like any other municipality. It's seen its bad times, but Hazleton has a lot of positives. There's a lot of great people are still left here that want to fight the fight, and they just got to band together and not give up.
Well, Jeff, we always appreciate your time. Good seeing you, and thanks for coming in the studio and explaining a little bit more what a land bank is. And moving on tonight on FYI, at 10 a.m. on September 3rd, code enforcement officials from around Schuylkill County will meet at the county courthouse to put together a list of the most blighted properties. Schuylkill County District Attorney Christine Holman calls the list the Dirty Dozen. The list will set goals for communities as they fight blight. In May, Schuylkill County established an anti-blight task force called ABATE, or Anti-Blight Action Team Enforcement. You can read the full story on blight in Schuylkill County on the Republican Herald's webpage. Hazleton police are looking for a man that threatened to kill a store clerk at a pharmacy Tuesday evening. The incident happened around 6:30 p.m. at the CVS pharmacy on South Cedar Street. According to the police report, a male showed the cashier a note that demanded money and threatened to kill her. He fled the store with an undisclosed amount of money. He's described as a Hispanic male around 6 feet tall with a thin build. He was wearing black hooded sweatshirt and dark pants at the time. Anyone with information can call Hazleton City Police at 570-459-4940, or you can dial 911. A man on a motorcycle led West Hazleton police on a 1.5 mile chase on Tuesday. Police are looking for a Hispanic male in his early 20s, around 5 feet 6 inches tall. Now, at the time of the chase, he had on shorts, a light colored shirt, and a multicolored hat. The black motorcycle didn't have a license plate, and when Police Chief Brian Buglio turned on his lights to pull him over, the man sped off. The pursuit started on B Street. The man went as fast as 90 miles per hour and ran stop signs and red lights. On Park Street, the man left the bike about 25 feet into a wooded area and fled on foot. Buglio says the suspect may be injured. Sugarloaf Township Police and State Police at Hazleton assisted. A State Police helicopter was used to try and locate the man. If you have any information, you can call 911. West Hazleton Police stayed back a little bit during the chase for safety reasons. Well, later on FYI, Dave Seaman and I, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, will sit down and we're going to talk about that feature that I mentioned earlier with Joe Madden of the Chicago Cubs that ran on ESPN. And after this break and your local weather report, we'll learn about the Empty Bowls Project and how you can help them fight hunger at an event in our area.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The countdown continues to one of the largest street fairs around. Now there are just 24 days until Fun Fest 2015 in downtown Hazleton. The fun, food, crafts, entertainment, along with the big parade take place September 12th and 13th. For more information, go to funfestpa.org. All right, I'm going to do some leg lifts while you watch our Healthy Living segment.
All right, every Wednesday we talk about healthy living, running, walking, getting involved in your community, and we're here with Frank Romero. There are some runs that are still coming up. This one is first of its kind in the greater Hazleton area, so I'm really excited to talk about that with you again, Frank. So thanks for joining us here on FYI.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so we have another run coming up. This one is actually going to be town and trail. So explain what that means.
So we have the Town and Trail Race Series, and there are several races in there, but the big one is the Hazleton Half. So it'll be the first 13.1 in Hazleton.
All right, so how will this go? Because it's different when you're on the road versus on a track and different surfaces.
Yes, so it's going to start in the Hazleton Rails to Trails. It's nice, groomed, packed surface, and then it'll work its way downtown.
Okay, and how did the group come up with this idea of having a Hazleton Half this year?
Well, we didn't have one in the area, so we wanted to bring a longer distance, get more people involved, and we thought it'd be a bigger draw to get people into the healthy lifestyle, and it's a bigger challenge.
Okay, this is happening at the peak week of fall foliage in the greater Hazleton area.
That's correct. October 17th. So
And people can still sign up?
Absolutely. You could register. If you pre-register, you'll show yourself some nice swag and shirt, but there's same-day registration as well.
Okay, so for people who do run, they might think, oh, why should I stay at the local race? There aren't a lot of other races that are popular that are going to be going on at the same time. So give your pitch to people as to why they should come and run the Hazleton Half.
Well, it supports the community, so that's the big thing, right? And you don't have to drive far. It's right here. It's right in your backyard, and you could support the local community. Businesses also, and we have some great sponsors. So come out and get active.
Now, most runs actually do support a nonprofit. Will this run be supporting anyone locally?
So it supports different groups. There's 6 different groups. We have the Hazleton YMCA, the Rails to Trails, the Civic Partnership, Power, and the Downtown Alliance.
Okay, if you'd like to be a sponsor, there's always room for more. So if you want to be a specific sponsor for either, the bags or some of the items that the runners eat, water station, you can do so by calling who?
You could contact the YMCA and ask for Rob Gold, or you could just go to Hazy Racing and you can reach us that way.
Very good. Frank, thanks for joining us here on FYI.
Thank you.
All right, look for all of this information on their Facebook pages and right here each and every week on FYI on Wednesdays.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Everyone say hi to the gargoyles on the Traders Bank building. On the right, we have Jeff, Joey, and Kyle. And on the left, we have Kayla, Alyssa, and Jen. Hey guys, I hope they were enjoying the weather today. Here's our weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Again, a hazardous weather outlook is in effect as isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected this afternoon and early evening. Some may contain heavy downpours, which could lead to isolated flash flooding, so be careful. Tonight, there is a chance of showers and thunderstorms, 40% chance, mostly cloudy. Our low will be 67 degrees. Extended forecast now on Thursday. Rain sticks around 70% chance of thunderstorms and then showers likely after 9 a.m. We will get up to 76 degrees. On Thursday night, 80% chance of showers and then possibly a thunderstorm, and some of the storms could produce heavy rain. Our low will be 62 degrees. New rainfall amounts between 3/4 and 1 inch possible. For our Friday, we're down to a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy. Our high will be 76 degrees. On Friday night, partly cloudy, low of 58. Saturday, the sun makes a comeback, mostly sunny with a high of 77. Saturday night will be partly cloudy with a low of 60. And then on Sunday, a 30% chance of showers, but a partly sunny day with a high of 78. At night, we'll get down to 61 degrees under partly cloudy skies.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
It is a special event being held in our area to draw awareness to hunger in our area and all across the world. Here to tell us about this special event called Empty Bowls 2015 is Lisa Olander, one of the co-organizers of this special event. First of all, Lisa, thanks for being here, and tell us, what is Empty Bowls 2015?
Well, thank you for having us. Empty Bowls 2015 is a grassroots community-minded event that started with a high school teacher. He wanted to know how he could get his students involved in raising funds for a food bank. So he had the students come together, make the bowls, and then serve soup in the bowls. And the people who came got a bowl of soup, a piece of bread, and a glass of water. So that's how it originated, and that was 25 years ago. And then this teacher turned it into a grassroots event that spread across our country, and now it's international. So 3 years ago, the love of two sisters, Margie Ackerman and Liz Hoig, brought it to our area. And it was Margie's dream, and it's turned into a wonderful event that we support local soup kitchens in the Hazleton community.
Wow, that is really wonderful. So now this event is taking place Sunday, September 20th from noon to 3 at the Dragonfly Cafe right down the street from us here on Broad Street in downtown Hazleton. So how do people participate in it? They have to get a ticket in advance.
Yes, we do have advance tickets, and you could contact Liz. It could be reached through Facebook. There is an email, which is emptybowlsgreaterhazelton.com, or you can call her at 570-956-4403, and you can get a ticket. I also wanted to say we're very pleased that last year, my son was a senior at Hazleton Area High School, and Luke got the Culinary Arts Department at the Hazleton Area Career Center involved, and they made the soup. All the vegetables were donated from Berger's Farm, and the Culinary Arts Department made a delicious vegetable soup. Liz spoke with the head of the art department, and this year our bowls are made from the Hazleton Area art students. So we went back to the grassroots, and we have the children and the high school students involved. And I believe, and Liz and Margie do, that when you get the youth involved in the community, this event will be going well beyond the ladies' dreams.
Well, now the tickets are $15 for adults, $5 for children under 12. Who will this benefit?
Oh, we're benefiting 2 local soup kitchens, the Grace Fellowship Church and the Catholic Social Services. And it's 100% of the profits are donated to the soup kitchens.
Wow, so this is a wonderful event. Come out and help your community, make sure that no one goes hungry in our area. Again, Empty Bowls 2015, Sunday, September 20th, noon to 3 at the Dragonfly Cafe in downtown Hazleton. We have the information up on your screen for how you can get your tickets in advance. That's the only way to get them. Please come out and support this very worthwhile cause.
Thanks, Lisa. Now, Lisa Olander wanted me to let you know that you don't eat the soup out of the handcrafted bowl that you receive, but you do get a handcrafted bowl when you pay at the event. When you get home, I guess you can use the bowl for whatever you want. Salad, soup, cold pizza, jambut, you name it, it's yours. Let's go to our lottery numbers for today. Midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers: pick 2, 99, pick 3, 369, pick 4, 6652, and pick 5, 08306. Lottery numbers on FYI are brought to you by Boyer's Insurance Agency, with 2 locations to serve you. One location is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue. The other one is in Nescopec on Broad Street. You can call Boyer Insurance in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescopec at 570-752-7683. It's Dave Day on the Sportscast when we come right back.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's time once again for another Dave Day. Always very happy to have Dave Seaman, the sports editor at the Standard Speaker, with us. And we're going to start talking about a feature on Joe Madden, SportsCenter feature on ESPN. Dave, it almost looked as good as stuff we do here on Out of Left Field. ESPN did an all right job. But I'll tell you what, cool story. And what we were talking about was, it's incredible. There's so much to talk about when it comes to Joe Madden. Highly intelligent. He loves books. He's very interesting. He does these quirky things. During the interview, you'll see, I don't know if it was in his home, but there's a Mr. Potato Head in the background if you look closely. But somehow the story always comes back to Hazleton. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's Joe's way. I mean, Joe brings up Hazleton like he did in his introductory press conference when he was hired by the Cubs. He said it's the Hazleton way, and Joe's always been that way with us. And I used to think that was because we were from Hazleton. We were the Hazleton media representation. But no, Joe is proud of his hometown. He's shown that throughout his career. And I think the out-of-town writers and his beat writers get a kick out of listening to him tell those stories.
It's incredible, and one of my favorite parts of the story, there's Joe's mom, Beanie Madden, is in the car right out front of third base, and Joe's telling her, you know, to obey the laws, and she just takes off, and she's become a star of this story as well, and it's almost like Hazleton guys. They enjoy talking about the town, and like you said, they're eating it up. The Cubs, and they're doing well too. You can talk about that. They're in the playoff race, and Dave, I think they're going to get there, and I think they might be able to make some noise in the playoffs. Great young kids. The pitching's really coming around. John Lester's looking like an ace.
Yeah, the Cubs are, if the season ended today, the Cubs would be in a playoff game with the Pirates. One game playoff, winner plays the Cardinals. So that whole division is behind the Cardinals. It's a rat race between the the three teams, and the winner's going to be the one with the strongest pitching. Cardinals have the most experience. Cubs aren't as experienced. The Pirates have been there a few years. So if the Cubs aren't scared by the big stage, who knows, the Cubs might be ahead of Joe Maddon's schedule.
And Joe, in this interview, did say that he thinks if he got at least one at-bat in the majors, he would have been a manager much faster. And they talked about that, and he said, I envisioned it, and I did very well when I got my at-bat in the major leagues. A person who did that, and it is a huge thing, Russ Kanzler. And he ended up on the DL for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs one of the few times, maybe the only time in his career. And that's incredible. Russ is almost 30 years old. And Dave, just the longevity. I mean, does that speak to what he's doing in the offseason? I'm sure you've talked to him about that.
Yeah, he's remarkably durable, and he's proven that throughout his high school playing days and throughout his professional career. Like you said, he's been playing now 10, 11 years in professional baseball, and again, he does have a strong workout regimen in the off season. He strictly adheres to it, and he's no nonsense when it comes to his workout, and it's shown through the way he's been able to maintain durability and strong level of play throughout his career.
Now, Russ Kanzler told me this weekend he will be in our area taking on the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. The season's almost over for the International League, Dave. If you're Russ, what are you trying to think? What do you think you could do toward the end here to maybe stick with the Phillies? Or what do you think in Russ's mind? What might be some goals?
I think he's taking each at bat one at a time, savoring each day, doing the best that he can each day, and he lets the chips fall where they may. One thing I've noticed about him throughout the years is that he's let some things bother him, but then he's learned to let that roll off him, and he's maintained his composure through some tough times. I mean, there are some times when he thought maybe he should have been promoted to one team or another, but Russ has always come to the ballpark ready to play, eager to work, and that's been his strength, and he's maintained his composure throughout the whole thing, and that's a credit to him.
Well, make sure you check out Russ Kanzler this weekend. Also, that feature on SportsCenter, we have a link from our Facebook page there. No Standard Speaker did a little write-up on it. And now on the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard, Cubs rookie Kyle Schwarber hit his 9th home run of the season, but Chicago, they took a loss to Detroit. The Iron Pigs and Rail Riders, they're actually playing now, and Russ Kanzler was 1 for 3 in the Pigs' win in the opener of the series with a walk and a run scored. And that's sports for tonight. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
In tonight's Talk of the Town report, experience World War II flying history. It's the Wings of Freedom Tour at the Hazleton Regional Airport, August 24th through the 26th. Tour, explore, or fly. Several pricing options are available. For more information, call 1-800-568-8924 or go to cfdn.org. And on Thursday, September 17th, the committee to elect Tara Toohill will hold their 5th annual golf tournament at Blue Ridge Trail Golf Course. Shotgun start at noon with a dinner and presentation from 6 to 8 p.m. For more information or to register, call 717-884-8547. That's tonight's Talk of the Town report. FYI News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Geraldine Manzak of Harley. Burial will take place Friday at 10 a.m. at St. Mary's Byzantine Catholic Church. Interment will be at the convenience of the family in Saints Peter and Paul EGC Cemetery. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home.
That's FYI for tonight. Tomorrow, a look at the IndyCar race at Pocono. Stay tuned for that. We'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.